Welcome back to Frontier Echoes, where love stories from the wild heart of the West come alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Now sit back, let the fire crackle, and get ready for a story that starts with a storm and ends with a heartbeat. Let's get started. The sky above Red Mesa glowed in the dying light, painting the horizon gold and crimson. Down in the valley, the Carson Ranch glittered like a diamond, rows of lanterns leading to the mansion that stood proud against the desert wind. Tonight, every pickup and luxury car in 3 counties was parked outside. It was the party of the year, hosted by the man everyone whispered about, Cole Carson, the billionaire rancher who owned half the land between the Rio Verde and the hills. Inside, laughter mixed with fiddle music. Cowhands, oil investors, and town folk brushed shoulders. Crystal glasses clinked. Cole stood near the tall windows, boots polished, dark suit pressed, his hat resting on the piano. His gray eyes scanned the crowd with the calm of a man used to owning everything he saw. And then she walked in. Ava Merritt, the girl from the old Merritt stables that went broke 5 years ago. No one expected her to show up, no one expected her to shine brighter than the chandeliers. She wore a short red dress, not scandalous, but enough to stop the music for half a breath. Her hair caught the candlelight, her boots clicked on the hardwood floor like a heartbeat. Cole's jaw tightened. He'd seen beauty before, models, heiresses, women who smiled for his money, but Ava looked like trouble wrapped in sunlight. She moved through the room as if she didn't know she didn't belong. When her eyes met his, the air between them changed. "Didn't think I'd see you here," he said when she finally reached him. His voice was deep, touched with that western drawl money couldn't polish out. "Didn't think I'd be invited," she answered. "You weren't," he said, a corner of his mouth lifting. She smiled, fearless. Then maybe the gate was open for a reason. He liked that, her fire. Around them, the music swelled again. He offered his hand, and she hesitated only a second before taking it. They danced. It wasn't the slow, careful kind of dancing rich folks liked. It was the kind that made everyone else step back, made boots tap and hearts race. Her red dress moved like flame against his dark suit. For the first time in months, Cole forgot about land deals, investors, and lawyers. When the song ended, they stood too close. He could smell the desert rain in her hair. "Why'd you really come, Ava?" he asked softly. She looked up, her eyes steady. "To remind you that not everything can be bought." Outside, the wind picked up. The night grew colder, and the party blurred into laughter and whiskey. But Cole couldn't let her walk away. He found her later on the porch, staring out across the valley where lightning flickered on the horizon. "You shouldn't be out here alone," he said. "I've been alone for a long time," she replied. He handed her his jacket, the leather warm from his shoulders. "You lost your family ranch, didn't you?" She nodded. "The bank took everything after Dad died. You bought the land." He exhaled, guilt flickering in his eyes. "Business," he said quietly. She turned to face him. "To you, maybe. To me, it was home." The silence that followed wasn't empty, it was heavy, alive with everything neither of them knew how to say. "I didn't know," he said. "If I had." "You'd have done the same," she said, cutting him off. "That's what men like you do." The storm rolled in fast. Thunder cracked above the hills, and rain began to fall, drenching the dust, cooling the heat that had been building between them all night. Cole looked at her standing there, rain soaking her hair, and something inside him shifted. He reached for her hand. "Come inside," he said. But she shook her head. "Not until you tell me why you keep staring at me like that." He smiled faintly, the truth finally breaking through. "Because I can't stop." For the first time, she saw the man beneath the legend, the one who'd built an empire from hard work and loneliness. And maybe, just maybe, he saw the woman who refused to be bought. Inside, the storm raged against the windows. They sat by the fire in his study, both silent, listening to the rain. Cole poured 2 glasses of bourbon. "You always this stubborn?" he asked. "Only when someone underestimates me," she said. He laughed quietly. "Then I guess I deserve that." Ava traced the rim of her glass. "Why throw a party like this, Cole? You've already got everything." He stared into the flames. "Everything except someone who looks at me and doesn't see a bank account." She looked up. "And what do you see when you look at me?" He didn't answer right away. "I see the one thing I can't own." Hours passed. The storm eased. The house was quiet now, guests gone, music fading into memory. Cole walked her to the door. "Your truck won't make it through the mud," he said. "Stay the night." She hesitated. "And give the town something to talk about?" He smiled. "Let em talk." He led her to a guest room overlooking the valley. Before she stepped inside, she turned. "You're not what I expected, Cole Carson." He tipped his hat. "Neither are you, Miss Merritt." Morning came soft and golden. Steam rose from the fields. Ava stood by the window wrapped in a blanket, watching horses run below. Cole brought coffee, set it beside her. "I've been thinking," he said. "That sounds dangerous. I could give your family land back." She blinked. "Why?" "Because it's the right thing. And because maybe I want to see what you do with it." Her eyes softened. "I don't want your charity." "It's not charity," he said. "It's a chance, for both of us." Weeks passed. Cole kept his word. Papers were signed, fences rebuilt, the Merritt Ranch reborn from dust. Ava worked harder than anyone, sunrise to sunset, rebuilding barns, planting fields. Cole rode out often, pretending it was business, but everyone could see it was more. One evening, as the sun burned low, she found him mending a broken gate. "You don't strike me as the type who fixes his own fences," she teased. He grinned. "You don't strike me as the type who gives up." Their laughter faded into quiet again, that same electricity sparking between them. "You ever think maybe we met too late?" she asked. He stepped closer. "No. I think we met when we were supposed to." The harvest festival came. Lanterns lit the barns, fiddles played, and the air smelled of hay and cinnamon. Ava wore another short red dress, different, but just as unforgettable. Cole saw her across the crowd, and time slowed. When she reached him, he whispered, "You keep wearing red like you're trying to kill me." "Maybe I am," she said with a playful smile. They danced again, just like the first night, but this time there was no anger, no regret. Only warmth, belonging, and the quiet promise of something real. Later, under the stars, they rode out to the ridge overlooking both their lands. The valley glowed below, peaceful, alive. "You ever think about leaving all this?" she asked. "Used to," he said. "But not anymore." "Why not?" He looked at her, eyes dark and tender. "Because everything I ever wanted is standing right here." The night was still except for the horses breathing and the whisper of the wind through sage. She reached out, touched his hand. "Cole," she said softly. "You can't buy love." "I know," he said. "That's why I'm giving mine away." And there, on that ridge where the land met the sky, the billionaire cowboy and the girl he once wronged found something worth more than all the gold in Texas: peace, forgiveness, and a love strong enough to outlast the storm. Thank you for listening to Frontier Echoes. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from, and join us again next time for another tale where the West still remembers how to love.